You are, man. Give me 1 second, man. I'll get you in here, bud.
Good deal.
Appreciate you, man. What's going on, Trevor?
Not too much, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, appreciate you coming on, bud. Yeah, I'm just getting our setup ready, man. But yeah, Trevor, what's going on, bud? How's your dude? So you're saying that you're coaching now, man?
Yeah, so I played a little indie ball this past year after graduating from NC State. Still staying in shape and everything, but I'm back out in Colorado right now, coaching an 18U team. So had a
Let's
little
go.
game this morning and told my
Let's
parents to
go.
keep me updated on the game so I could get some text and take a few peeks. And I saw the 12-0 score. I was pretty excited.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, man.
being
Yeah,
on.
yeah, Trevor, you got Justin Cook and Razor, to two of our viewers right now saying what's up. So and Vincent saying what up, goat. So I mean,
Hey, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I- yeah, I mean the hairstyles you flow, Trevor, during your time at state were I think goated, no doubt.
I appreciate that. A little shorter these
Yeah.
days.
I feel you. So Trevor, so tell me what your thoughts are right now, man. I mean, up 12-0, top of the fifth. Georgia's already gone to their bullpen. Reliever is already throwing 77 pitches. Sam's doing great, only giving up one hit so far through 4 innings. Like, what's your thoughts right now? Offense, pitching. Give me your thoughts right now.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't able to visually watch the first couple innings, but my parents were telling me that it was just hit after hit after hit. The bats were going. They
Yep.
came out with a lot of energy. Had a chance to talk to a few of the guys a little bit this morning, yesterday, just seeing where their heads were at. And I mean, they're freaking ready. They're excited for this opportunity. I think they all felt like they got a pretty good draw with UGA, which is what I was telling you before the show.
Yep.
Um, and obviously know how important that first win is in a super. So if we could lock
Yep.
this, feel really good. Good about our chances getting to Omaha. So I was, like I said, excited to see that 12-0 score when I looked at my phone.
Oh yeah. I mean, so what if you were Avent, or like how do you suspect they kind of handle Sam here? I mean, do
Yeah,
you go as long as you can?
I think with how Sam's pitched so far, he said one hit. I think you ride him. We obviously got
Hmm.
some dudes in the bullpen with Duden and Smith, and I think you just try to stay as
Hmm.
deep as you can there right now. Sam's obviously rolling. Um,
Yep.
it's
Oh, good. Attaboy, Cozy.
hey,
Go, baby. Go. Bring them.
bring him in.
Let's go. That 13. Let's go.
Yeah,
13-0, baby. 13-0. Attaboy, Cozy. There it is again.
yeah. I think to answer that question, obviously 13-0. That's a pretty good lead, but anything could happen. I think Sam just keeping it even keel right now. We don't want them to get any momentum. I think you ride him as many as he'll give you, and then
Yep.
hopefully go to hopefully just from Sam you get one more guy out of the pen and save as many guys as you can for tomorrow and then the potential game on Monday. So
Would you suspect that they would use a guy like Dudan, or would you see like they go more like a guy like a Jackson Lucas or like a PJ Labriola, not one of your star relievers?
you definitely you want to use your guy. You never want to leave a regional, leave a game with your best guys, not using your best guys, but
Hmm.
and not to say that the other options aren't, elite arms at the end of the day. Like NC State's bullpen's deep and they got guys that could throw
Yep.
all the way through. So um,
Yep.
I think you maybe give a guy that you're okay. You have a little bit of a leash. It's a little less high leverage situation. So I could see them maybe going to a younger arm, not Duden. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, they're going to ride Sam as many as he'll give them. And they could get through in this game.
Yeah. So let us know in the comments, y'all, if y'all have any questions for Trevor, man. Definitely would love to ask him for Trevor while we got him here with us. But um yeah, I mean, this is crazy. Up 13-0, Trevor. I mean, I as confident as I felt about this game, I did not have being up 13-0 in the top of the fifth on my
Yeah.
bingo board, man.
I
It
did.
was not on there.
I said we talked and you asked for my unbiased opinion. I do think that State has the edge. Obviously, I said this before the game, so
Yeah.
but I figured it'd probably go to 3 games. It'd be a pretty hard fought series, but it's exciting to see him with this lead early. So good
Heck
spot.
yeah. Heck yeah. Well, and I mean, because I mean, talk to me too in terms of, I mean, for the rest of the super regional. I mean, like, and I brought it up about how, like, in 2021, when we faced Arkansas in the supers, how we lost that game 19-4, but we're able to battle back and win 2 games in a row to make it to Omaha, even though we lost that first game in a
Yep.
not so great fashion. But I don't know, man. Like, I feel like setting this kind of tone so early in the super regional, man,
Uh,
that's a tough hole to dig out of if you're Georgia.
yeah, and I think, I mean, like I said, that first game's so important. I saw a stat that they put up. I don't know if it was in this game or one that I was watching last night, but something like 80% of game one winners advance. So being able
Mm,
to get that first win and, again, have your pitching set up. Pitching's paramount. Save as many guys as you possibly can and have those hot
mhm.
guys ready to go tomorrow or Monday if you need them. That's all you could really ask for. So,
Yeah. Amen. Yep, and, in-state goes down, but after adding one more, I mean, that's the thing that I was saying, Trevor, is I mean, like, right now, just in my opinion, really, for me, in terms of offensively from here on out, is just have good at bats.
yeah,
Like, I don't care how many runs are scored, I don't care how many people get on base, just have good at bats. Just get them throwing 5, 6 pitches at least. If you can get a guy on, great. If you can get a double, great. If you can get a home run, great. But at the end of the day, just have good at bats. That's really, in my opinion, what all we gotta do right now.
make them pitch. And like I said, my parents were updating me. They said there were a couple good bunts that Luke Nixon and Hebner had some small,
Oh,
beautiful bunts. So that's cool to hear that the offense, it's not just mashing, but we're dynamic and we could beat them in multiple ways. So that's something I think we kind of lacked a little bit last year. And it's been exciting to see kind of more
yeah.
holistic offense this year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, so what would you say has been the biggest difference maker in your opinion from, last year to this year?
Yeah, I think actually I got a chance to talk to Coach Robinson. He was out in Colorado to recruit the JUCO World Series. Um,
Mhm.
I got to see him for a couple days, and I kind of asked him, what are your thoughts on this year's team versus last year's team? And he just said, both teams obviously super talented, but guys have really grown into their roles this year and understood where they stood on the team. Um, like you said, you got guys that are willing to bunt, guys that are willing to come in as defensive replacements and stuff. And it just seems, talking to the guys on the team, that the chemistry's there, and that they're all pulling in the same direction. So you
Yep.
can't understate how important the transfers have been this year.
Oh,
Obviously, Penny Butters, they've been great pitching across the board. The coaches did a phenomenal job getting those guys
mm,
out of the portal, and it's been awesome to see them just ingratiate with the team. And it sounds like everybody from the beginning, they were all on the same page. So that's, as an alum, that's exciting to hear, and as a transfer, that's really exciting to hear. So
yeah, absolutely. So gotta while Sam is wheeling and dealing and doing his thing, Trevor, so Razor asked, so you talked a little bit about when you came on, but what is your plan in terms of, are you gonna try out for an independent team? Can you pick who? Like, what's your strategy there
yeah,
right now?
so goal right now, I'm currently in Grand Junction, Colorado. They have a
Mm,
team that's part of the Pioneer League. They used to be affiliated with the Rockies, but the goal is to get on with them, hopefully at some point this summer. In the meantime, just doing lessons and coaching a little bit, but certainly
Sure.
staying in shape. Would like to continue playing, if not this year, then next year.
Oh, let's go, Sam. Had a baby, Sam.
Yeah.
Let's go. Strikeout. Keep going. Sorry, Trevor. Go ahead, bud.
Oh no, you're good. That's another thing too. It's so great for me to see Sam just kind of return to his true self. I know last year he dealt with a lot of injuries. It wasn't 100%, and he
Mhm.
freaking the whole time. Like he's the he's definitely a team guy. I know he wasn't always feeling it last year, but he gave us everything he had, and it's been
Yep.
really. Of course, as soon as I say that, they get a hit, but it's been
It's
really,
only
as a former teammate and a friend of Sam, to see his success this year, and I'm excited to hopefully see him get to pitch at least one more time in the World Series.
but yeah, well, you think you think if State makes it to Omaha, you think you may be able to make it over there a little bit?
Oh gosh, well, I was talking to Parker, Kalai, a couple of the guys last year. It'd be hard not to go. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Monday,
No, I feel you.
how many times do you get to see guys that you played with, a team that you care about a ton, play in Omaha? So might have
Amen.
to pull some strings and see if they even can maybe get me a ticket or something,
Oh yeah.
out there. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So, and talk to me too in terms of, I mean, like you were saying, you transferred from Davidson. Right now NC State's already got a transfer, Thompson from Campbell, who's a 313 hitter at Campbell this year. Could steal bases. That's already committed to come to NC State. I mean, you got to feel good as NC State fan, and if you're Avon, period, being like, I'm still sitting here fighting for an opportunity to go to Omaha, and I already have a really good option that can replace, a Noah Souls, who we're going to lose after this year. That you're already set up to not only just, not to rebuild but reload for next year.
Absolutely. And I think that speaks to the coaching staff across the
Mhm.
board. They're phenomenal recruiters. I think they do a really good job of identifying talent. Um, and really, I mean, you look at the numbers of the transfers across the board, everybody's having a better year than they have previously. So that speaks to
Mhm.
the development too. But to be able to identify, with AMAC at ECU, obviously he was an established, very strong player, but to come and now have an All-American caliber season at NC State, like that's just a phenomenal recruiting job. And again,
Mhm.
speaks to the development. So I think
Yep.
with Chris Hart at the helm of recruiting, and obviously Avent, Bo Rob, those guys, I think that every year it's a reload. It's
Yep.
next guy up, and they're going to bring in talent from all over. It's good to see the freshmen contributing too. It's a balance. It's not just transfers, but
Mhm.
as a state fan now and as an alum, it's exciting to know that they're always going to bring in a lot of good talent.
Amen. Yeah. No, I think, uh, AMAC's been ridiculous, and I honestly bring such a smile to my face, thinking about the fact that ECU blew it to Evansville and their regional, and in the meantime, AMAC is going on and hitting over 13 points better than he was at hitting career wise at ECU.
Yep.
Hitting 380 now when he was a career like 260 hitter at ECU.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy, but. So I mean, I do want to ask you, like, I don't necessarily need to ask, you don't necessarily need to share anything, that's on the down low or whatever. But I mean, is it pretty much still your thought that, I mean, Chris Hart's the presumptive going to be the next guy once Avon hangs it up in the next couple of years?
Yeah, I think, he's Coach Hart's established himself as one of the best coaches in college baseball.
Yeah.
I think something like I mentioned, he does phenomenally well is recruiting. I mean, he's an awesome recruiter. He's great, both evaluating talent, identifying talent, and then, my visit was great. He and Bo Rob showed me around NC State, and I knew, obviously, best friend Parker too. They had him, and I wouldn't be able to say for certain, and I don't know if this is going to be Avent's last year. If it is, I'd love to see him go out with the national championship. I think that'd be pretty cool. But
Yeah.
I think Coach Hart's positioned himself to be ideally the next guy up.
Let's see if get this out. Get AMAC. Out baby. Out baby AMAC. There we go. 2 down. One more. Let's go. Yeah, well, I mean, and it just kind of like putting two together the fact that, yeah, he's been by far one of the best assistant coaches in college baseball for a long time, but the fact that he hasn't taken a head coaching job somewhere makes it very clear, first of all, how much he loves NC State, but also too, I mean, with the fact that I'm sure Avon and him have had those conversations being like, hey, listen, like, we're in this together, and whenever I do decide to hang it up, like the keys are yours, and keep this that way we don't even have to stop. You just keep going. Like there is no like question from a recruit's angle of like, well, who's going to be the guy? How are we going to play differently? Is the culture going to be different? Like, no, it's going to be the exact same, and we're going to keep doing exactly what we're doing. But,
Exactly.
but yeah, I think with Avon, I mean, yeah, if he were to win a national championship, I know that he would like to ideally be around for another year or two to wait until the Doak renovations were completed.
Yeah.
But I mean, they always say go out on top. Like you got to go out if you're Avon. If you win a national championship, I say you're crazy if you don't ride off into the sunset with a big fat salute, my man.
That's true. I mean, make a play. Let's keep it
That's one.
Not
All
too
right,
bad.
let's go.
Knowing Avent though, it's going to be hard for him to stay away from the program. He's just, I mean,
That's
his
true.
life is NC State baseball. He's put everything he had these last, is it 28 years now, 29?
Yeah, a long time.
He is NC State baseball, and he will live on. But I mean, I've never really met someone that's as invested in something as Avon is in NC State baseball. So, as it'll be kind of hard to see him go. Obviously, love Niner, but like I said, as a fan and a former player, with Coach Hart at the helm, that's going to be a smooth transition if that happens. And the clubhouse respects Hart, appreciates everything that he's put in. And he's, a very, very big reason why they're in the super regional right now. So if you're a fan out there, you feel very comfortable with that option and excited about that happening too.
Amen. Yep. And so let's see if we can get through Charlie Condon right here, man. I'm sure Trevor a little bit about him. Anybody who watched a little bit of college baseball knows about Charlie Condon. I mean, the fact this guy's throwing 440, hitting 445 right now, batting average, man. Over a 1,000 slugging percentage right now. I think it was 36 home runs this season for him.
Yeah,
a redshirt sophomore.
Yeah, you don't see that. I mean, but once every 20, 30 years, that's an all-time season and extremely impressive for him. I've had the fortune of playing with a lot of good guys, whether it be at Davidson State, summer ball, and everything that I've heard about guys that have played with Conda is that he's absolutely the real deal. Great guy too.
Good.
Hopefully he could have a quiet weekend.
Yeah. I think you walk Charlie here. Don't throw him anything. Just let him go by. Oh, you pitched. Okay.
One of my questions was how they were going to pitch him. It's at some point you almost just say, 4 pitches, put him on, let somebody else beat you. He's that good. But now that you got a little bit of a lead to play with, you could be a little more aggressive. But I think that's the right call right there with Sam. Just force somebody else to make something happen.
Yep. All right, here we go. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 13-1. Just stop the bleeding. Find a way, strike out, pop fly, whatever you can do. Get out of this inning.
90 pitches. I think I'll be interested to see if they put him back out. I would assume they'll try to get one more out of him, but might want to bring.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Somebody else.
Yeah, I think you have somebody ready, and especially right now too, just in case it really, like, God forbid, a homer here. Then you're like, you're getting, you're sitting on your heels a little bit. But again, I'm not going to bring that to fruition for sure. But you just have somebody just in case. But yeah, I think one more inning from Sam, and especially because you don't want to face Charlie Condon again in the 7th inning with Sam. No.
Let's see if he could get through this right here. I feel good about it.
Get out of it. And we got a couple questions still ready too, and we'll get to them here at the end of this inning. Go ahead, Trevor.
I was just going to say, having someone like Sam, a 5th year, is just an absolute premium for a program. And as a teammate, every time Sam went up there, even last year when he wasn't 100%, you expected to win, and you knew Sam would give everything he had, and when his stuff was there, like he's as good as anybody. So, it's such a big deal to have kind of a battle-tested pitcher. Obviously, pitched in the World Series in 21, pitched in a lot of big-time games. To have that coming out as your one starter is just extremely important and absolute luxury.
Amen. Again, that's a big moment right here too for Sam, where he can even add on to another huge moment for himself. If he can get out of this inning, only giving up 1-1, that'd be huge for him. That'd be a huge, huge moment for sure. Let's go, Sam. Come on, 1-2 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. Still got 13-1 lead. Let's go. Come on, Sam.
Oh, heck yeah. There we go. Good job, Sam.
That's it. Atta baby, Sam. Let's go. Huge.
Awesome.
Huge job, baby. Yeah. What a job for Sam. 3 hits, Trevor. 3 hits against this Georgia offense, man, in 5 innings.
That's fun to watch. Like I said, as a friend and a former teammate, that makes me super happy. Sam's very deserving. So.
Oh, 100%. I mean, well, because again, you know, I know with a back injury to any baseball player, I feel like is going to be tough just because of how much twist you put in your torso every single game. I mean, any back injury is going to be tough, no matter if you're hitting or if you're a hitter or a pitcher. But you know, to I don't know if you're necessarily seeing fully what you saw your freshman year of Omaha, but you're seeing 95%. Like you're seeing pretty close to that elite Sam you saw back in 2021. I feel like right now. Would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when he's commanding that top part of the zone, that's not a fun at bat for anybody. I don't care. Um,
Amen.
no,
Amen.
he's when he's landing, like I said, when he's able to locate up in the zone and put those pitches where he wants it, he's tough to beat.
Amen. So, Trevor, so John asked a question. So, what's your game plan for game 2 to try and close it out, not to get to game 3? I mean, I think we kind of talked a little bit about it earlier, just with this game. I think ideally, if you can use 2 pitchers for this game, so whether that is Marone, PJ, Dudan, whoever, just get through this game with the win, no matter what it takes, and go to game 2 having everybody available except for 2 guys. Like
Yep.
that's pretty perfection. So
You can't draw it up any better than that. They've certainly put themselves in a good position. I believe they'll have is Frick going tomorrow? Is that who's slated? I would assume.
yeah, Fritton will go tomorrow.
Yep. I mean, if you could get 4 or 5 out of Fritton, I think that's all you really need. And then from there, you could bridge the gap with D-Rock, with Smith, and then Dudan. And I mean, you got a lot of options. You could play matchups there too with Marone matchups.
Yep.
That's a deep pen. So I think that, like you said, getting through this game with 2 guys, 3 at the most, will put us in a good spot moving forward. And I don't know better back end of the bullpen than that 1-2 punch that we have. So pretty good if you could hand the game off to them with the lead or a tie.
Yeah. And because did you happen to watch the end of that South Carolina State game last week, Trevor? Did you happen to watch the end of that?
Yeah, I don't have ESPN Plus. I was disappointed it wasn't on national. I was listening to the radio. I was listening to Sanders' call. But electric. I mean, and he always does a phenomenal job. But I said, you just have this feeling as a player and as a fan too. Like when you get to your guys, you feel good when the ball's in their hand. And, you know, fortunately for NC State, they got a couple guys in the back of the pen where that's the case. So, that feels good.
Yeah. No, well, especially, I mean, I think that's been a few years, Trevor, probably 2021, since we've had really a true closer, elite closer. And could you argue right now State has 2 elite closers between Derek Smith and Jacob Dudan?
I mean, at all of the games, I've probably been able to catch about 20-ish games this year watching it live. And as a freshman for Jacob, that's the best stuff I've seen out of a freshman anywhere across college baseball. To have not only the stuff but the poise. I mean, he goes out there and he competes, and he looks like a 3-year vet out there, and he's extremely fun to watch. Had a chance to work out with him a little bit this past summer before leaving when they came in early. He's a great kid. He's a little bit of a goofball, which is good. Have that demeanor, but that flip switch, it switches when he's on the mound, and he's an absolute dog. So I would say, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but both of those guys are going to be playing for Team USA this summer. So
yes, you're not wrong.
To have 2 guys in your pen on the national team, yeah, that's a pretty big. I'm extremely proud of how D-Rock's developed. I think, seeing that quote with Avent, what's different from last year? And he said the opportunity. I think D-Rock the talent's been there for sure. And he just needed to get some innings under his belt, and it's been pretty freaking fun to watch him take off and turn into that big time reliever that he is now.
Oh, and I mean, he made Cole Messina arguably the top catcher prospect in the MLB draft look like a junior.
Yeah,
like just swinging away at a bat, just like trying to make contact on one of D-Rock's pitches, man. Like that was hilarious, man. That was crazy.
I'll give a shout out to an alum, Creed Watkins, from last year. He's a huge D-Rock fan, always been a proponent of him. He said from the beginning, D-Rock's going to be an MLB pitcher. So this was before he threw an inning last year after the season. He said Derek Smith is going to be a big league pitcher. So credit to Creed there and to the coaches now for giving him the opportunity and letting him do his thing.
Amen.
Yeah, Luke. Another hit.
I was like, yeah, sounds like you're like 10 seconds ahead of me. So good to hear. Oh yeah, good hit. See, that's what I'm saying too, Trevor. And like that's honestly to me the most like of not only just how good in position we are with pitching, not only what AMAC and Pennington and Kozar and those guys are doing, but more of what you're getting right now from those 6 to 9 guys. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you're middle and bottom of the lineup. I mean, even today alone, they look poised, they look settled.
Heck
Like
yeah.
they're like that to me is the thing that makes me the most excited about this super regional alone is the fact that I mean, what usually is the part of the lineup where everybody's like, all right, we got this lineup part, bottom lineup, we're gonna be okay. Like you can't overlook those guys. You
No,
can't assume they're easy outs.
no, I mean, I talking to Chase Nixon, I mean, and knowing how high the coaches were on Luke, his younger brother,
Yep.
that's a phenomenal talent, and he's going to be really freaking good. He
Yes.
already, but the speed plays, he's gritty, he's a gamer,
Mm-hmm.
and really he hasn't played a much
Go
at
baby.
high school. I might be wrong here, but he might have even not played his freshman or sophomore year of high school. Um,
Mm.
and so he's still a guy that, once he gets more reps under his belt, puts on a little weight, that's a high draft pick, and a guy that could be extremely important in future super regional college World Series teams. And
Yep.
you got like Hebner too, who even last year as a freshman, you never felt like a moment was too big for him. He was ready. He obviously wasn't in the lineup as much, but being in the outfield, when he was at second base, you knew what you were going to get. He was going to be collected and ready for the moment. And I think he's shown that this year. And again,
Mm-hmm.
for his versatility with that, the ability to lay down a bunt, the ability to work counts. That's something that's so vital for a well-balanced offense.
Yeah.
And phenomenal job getting it back to the top of the lineup.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And then my man Souls, he's up right now. I love Noah to death. Similar to having a 5th-year high fill on the mound as your Friday guy, having a 9-hole hitter with the success that Souls has had in his career is almost done.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I've said it multiple times, Trevor. I said it today, when he had 5 RBIs in the second inning alone.
Yep.
I was like, he is not your normal 9-hole hitter. He's arguably the best 9-hole hitter in college baseball right now.
Oh yeah, I think of the team still playing, absolutely. I don't think there's a doubt in my mind there. And
Yeah.
Souls is a professional hitter. I think he's a guy that he's had some pro opportunities in the past. I know he was drafted out of high school, but
Yeah.
this is not a guy that 3 or 4 years ago you see in college baseball. He's playing football at this point, so to have that as your 9-hole, that's special, and it speaks to the balance and versatility of this offense.
Amen. See if Souls can make some out of this 2-0. Now 3-0. You take a green light here, Trevor, if you're Avent?
I think you let him swing it. He swung it great regional, obviously swung it well today. I say Souls is always going to take in this situation, though. He's a true hitter, and I don't want to give it away, but you'll let me know when you're caught up.
Oh, what the heck?
Look at that.
What the heck was that?
He threw it off of Souls' helmet. Good for Luke for
Oh,
aware.
oh, okay. Watch this. Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
He could get him.
That's funny. Wow. Okay. So see, just like that, we got our 1 run back that we gave up. We're right back. 13-0, 13-run deficit.
Souls, get up out here.
Man. And I don't know, Trevor, you're keeping up with what else is going on, but Evansville, the 4 seed that beat ECU's up 10-5 right now on Tennessee in the 9th inning right now.
I'm seeing that on the ESPN update. I think I see Florida State and UConn tied. Top
extra innings, yeah.
That's a good game. Yeah, I'd love to see Evansville advance anytime.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
As a mid-major alum too, you always pull for the underdogs there. So that'd be really cool to see a mid-major in Omaha.
All right, great at bat, Souls. Great at bat. Phenomenal at bat.
professional for sure.
Phenomenal job. Yeah. Justin Cook saying, okay, that was something. Yeah, that was definitely something.
Take it for sure.
Yeah, man. What a time, man. Well, and Trevor, I'm sure you've been keeping up with all the NC State stuff going on this year with the Final Four appearance and the men's basketball. Like, what a time to be a State fan, right?
I know. I mean, obviously, I've only spent 1 year with the Pack, but I feel pretty fortunate to come in at the time that I did. And now, as an alum and fan, to just be able to sit back and enjoy the success that really all programs across the board have had. I think I saw a Barstool Pack tweet where it's like, wrestling's dominating, swimming's dominating, gymnastics, obviously basketball. We're ranked in football now in a super baseball. As a fan, you feel pretty spoiled to have that success across the board. So hopefully push a little farther with baseball. Our run's definitely not up yet, but to add a national championship to that resume this year would be pretty sweet.
Amen. So really now, I think at this point with what the offense is doing right now, where it's kind of, everybody's pretty set right now. They're doing what they need to do. I think there's no doubt that almost no matter the situation, unless Sam really gets in a jam, gets into a jam, he pitches the 6th inning without a shadow of a doubt.
I think certainly try to extend him. I think he's at 90, 91 pitches right now. Don't want to see that crawl above really 105. You want to make sure that he's healthy going into his next start. But good thing is you can, some guys that you might need in Omaha, you could get them some important innings or at least some exposure right now in a super regional. Some guys deeper in the pen that, like you said, every year on whatever team wins it, there's always somebody that steps up that's kind of unexpected. So any you get innings for a guy like that, I think it's something that you explore. So back out here, he's at 96 pitches right now.
Yeah. So you're saying basically the moment that maybe somebody gets on base, that might be the moment you pull him?
I think, if he gets more than one base runner here, you probably go to somebody else. Obviously a decision that Sam's a part of too. He's got to let the coaching staff know how he's feeling.
And you trust him. If he says I'm good, then okay, you're good.
Sam's a competitor. He's going to say he's good regardless.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, Sam, he knows this is the 5th year. This is his last time being able to wear an NC State uniform. I think he'll definitely be pitching professionally in some capacity next year if that's what he wants. But he's ready to give it everything that he has, and you're going to have to take the ball away from him. He's not going to give it up.
Yeah, and see, there it is. Yeah.
Let's see here. He's at 99 now.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
It's like they're going to let him keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hope he gets 3 quick ones here, keeps it under, 15 pitches. But I would be wary of, just his injury history, stretching him anything past 110, 115 pitches.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw this too, Trevor, but Tennessee just tied it up on a grand slam.
No way. Oh, the mid-major curse.
That's so sickening. That's crazy. Yeah. No, we'll see what happens here. Just, I think you're talking about it, but you're not pulling the trigger yet. But you're talking about it. Yeah, now at 100 pitches.
I am
curious talking about it
to see who they have in the pen warming up, who they go to.
Are they showing it for you?
No.
Okay.
I had the volume turned down pretty low. Can't hear if they've said anything about any pen movement. But
have you ever played a fully field, Trevor?
Never had the opportunity to. No, it looks sweet though. Like a good environment.
Nice. Good pitch.
That might be it for Sammy now after that last pitch.
Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 Okay. See, when you said that, I was a little nervous what happened, but yeah, that's definitely not the worst case of what I thought happened.
A little ahead. I bet Clint comes out here, talks to him for a second. If he's not taking him out, the leash is short. Next guy that he puts on, he's probably gone. I'd like to see Sammy finish it out.
Yeah, but but I mean, that's going to take him probably a good, 13, 15 pitches at least. And I don't know. I just don't know if he can throw that many pitches, or if he should throw that many more pitches, but let's see.
Oh, they got on my screen, they're showing Schaff warming up.
Schaff, okay. And I agree with that approach. Don't necessarily use one of your, at this point, just because of what the offense is doing, like the offense is doing its job. So I think you try and see if you can get away with using one of your not one of your necessarily go-to guys.
And the there too is Schaffner's. I mean, he's an animal. He's got legit stuff. That's a guy that's going to come in and probably be 93, 95 with a 2,800 RPM breaking ball. So pretty nice to have a guy that's not your go-to that could put up that kind of stuff.
Nice pitch, Sam. Come on.
And I've been a little surprised to see him not throw as much this year, especially after the regional last year. He threw well in South Carolina. Obviously, very. No, he dealt with a few injuries, but that's a guy that his upside, the talents. I mean, that's a top 5 round talent if he puts it together. I mean, he's the better athletes I've ever played with.
Sick. Okay. And by the way, Trevor, Razor, my man here on the comment, misstated. Evansville still up 10-7. They just hit a home run to get up one, but it's 10-7. Come on.
Yeah.
Atta baby, Sam.
I think if it does go to 3 games, Peebs from last year, he might get a chance to catch in that 3rd game. So I'd like to see that too.
Peebs? Oh, yep. Cannon Peebles? Okay. Yeah.
There.
It is kind of a hindsight 2020 thing where, people were a little bit shocked about Peebles transfer in Tennessee, but I mean, it was basically, I think, for Avon, a little bit of, do you hold on to Peebles or do you keep Sosa? I don't know if I don't think there's really a situation where you have on your roster Cozart, Peebles, and Sosa. That's just.
Those are 3 high draft guys, and I mean Sosa, obviously a younger guy, but he's the real deal, and he'll definitely be the guy after Cozy's gone this year. But I mean, I've had the fortune of playing with Michael Carrico at Davidson. He was a Gold Glove catcher picked up by the Twins. He was extremely good, and Cozart is every bit as good. So it's been really cool to see him have the success. Oh, heck yeah, Sam.
I heard good things. Doubles. Boom. Boom. Let's go. Atta baby, Sam. That's huge. All right. Hey, if you're Sam, this is for you, bud.
Yep,
exactly. That's for you, Sam. Hats off to you, brother. Ride off into the sunset. Thank you, bud. You're the man. That's it for you, and you did your job. Great job.
Yep, get ready to throw in Omaha next.
Get ready to throw in Omaha. Good job, Sam. Have a good day, my man. Appreciate you.
Good deal.
Huge. Man, Trevor, dude, everything has gone right so far for State, man. Everything has gone great so far.
Just when that happens, you feel like as a player, it's like, all right, everything's going. It's like, all right, when's the other ball going to drop? So hopefully, again, you can't expect tomorrow for us to put up 12 in the first 3 or 4, but
no.
I do believe in momentum, certainly as a player. So hopefully they can ride this. And hats off, like you said, hats off to Sam for, battling through that, give us 110 pitches, get us through 6. That's cool to see. And if I could stress that, I mean, Sam is very, very deserving. He deserves every bit of success that he has. I know how important he is to the NC State fan base, but he's every bit as good of a teammate as he is a player. So
Well, would you say though he's every bit as good of a hitter as he is a pitcher?
I mean, watching him in the World Series, that was fun. I think
3 for 3, man. Oh, so sick.
it's Kumar. I mean, you don't see that. That's, as
No.
everybody knows, that's legendary
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, and Trevor, I said it. I mean, would you? I think there's not really a question that Pac-13 game is the most, I guess, legendary game in college baseball history, and probably will forever be, just because there's never going to be a game like that ever again in college
No,
baseball history.
the unique circumstances, obviously, and to kind of get to know some of the guys that were part of that. Sam, obviously, G Payne. G Payne is a freshman to come in that situation and throw as well as he did. And D Giles, my man, he didn't play last year, but D'Angelo is one of my good buddies. Him getting the start at third, that's something that just as a fan to be able to kind of appreciate those guys and appreciate that moment. Like you said, there's not going to be another one like it. And I think everybody's legacy from that game, from that team, will live on for a long time.
Amen. It'll never be forgotten. No doubt about it. Yeah. Well, and again, and I mean, to keep in mind once again, I mean, State had an opportunity down, bottom of the ninth, where we had two guys on and Devontae up to bat. That if Devontae would have hit a home run, then we would have won that game.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think about. Because then what do you do if you're the NCAA? So now you're going to take NC State out, even though they just qualified for the finals? Like, how's that going to work?
Yeah, I mean, they would have done everything they could to screw NC. But
dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Let's go, Eli. Man, top of the order. 0-2 count.
Eli's another kid that's been awesome to see his growth. Everybody obviously knows the talent's there. But to see him, especially towards the end of the year, pick it up with the stick, and sounds like he's played a great center field.
Oh, he's been phenomenal.
That's a kid, another talent that could be taken high in the draft at some point, if not this year, next year. I think he'll have an opportunity to go this year if he wants.
Yeah.
But as a fan, I mean, as a friend, I'd like to. Obviously, I want him to do what's best for him. But as a fan, you gotta hope that he comes back next year, because I think he'll be, if not one of the. I mean, he's going to be one of the best players in college if he comes back next year. So,
agreed, 100%. Yeah, still waiting for Pennington to kind of crap one up in here.
Oh,
nice. Okay. Apparently, Cannon Peebles pinched hit in the Tennessee game, and he got walked.
Got a walk?
He got walked, yep. Bases are loaded for Tennessee right now. 8-10, top of the eighth, bases loaded.
Love to see Peeps have some success, for sure.
Yeah, no, again, I mean, to have the opportunity to go to a program like Tennessee, and once again, I mean, the fact that it's not like we're hurting here with Cozart and then with Sosa sitting up here to bat again, it's
No, I mean, everybody knows Cozy was the guy, and he's proven this year that he's one of, if not the best catcher in the country. So I
think so.
Understood that decision, and I still talk to Peeps all the time. He's one of my good buddies, so wish him nothing but success.
Yeah. Well, now with Georgia using their third pitcher of the day, probably have thrown a combined 160 pitches, if I'm going to take a guess on that.
Oh.
Probably 150, 160 pitches they've thrown so far. So, yeah.
You kind of alluded to earlier, it's good to see guys still getting deep in the counts and making them. Whether you're 1 through 4 or 5 through 9, we're taking long at bats, and extremely important.
Oh. You got JT Jarrett over there with the crew neck NC State pullover over there.
Good deal, Penny, attaboy.
What are we about to see? Ooh, good hit. That's gone. Atta baby Penny with the dinger. Right on cue, Trevor. It dude. I guess it's like Burger King, man. You get it how you want it, right?
Absolutely.
What a dinger by Penny.
What a dinger. Consistent pressure.
Yeah, man. And there was Greg the Leg too making an appearance. I'm sure Yeah, I'm sure you. I know your parents knew Greg very well, right, Trevor?
Yeah, no, Greg's awesome. I mean, he's everything that you
Look
could
at
want.
Greg.
He's through thick and thin. He's going to be there, and you always see him. It's fun in the outfield to kind of look into the bleachers, look into the seats, and see him up there. He was always out there, so felt good as a
Yeah,
player.
you can say he's a nutcase, Trevor. He's a crazy dude, man. How much he goes to, what he dresses like you saw right there, man. Dude's crazy.
Gosh, he followed basketball too. I think he was out there for the Final Four, if I'm not
Oh
mistaken.
yeah, he was out there with us. It was awesome.
Heck yeah, that's a true fan.
Well, and that's why I was saying too, Trevor, man, is unfortunately for us state fans, the Final Four was in Phoenix. Obviously World Series in Omaha.
Yep.
It's for me, it wasn't cheap to go to the Final Four, and I went to Omaha back in 2021, which was phenomenal.
Yep.
But I'm just like, man, I just don't know if I could swing the money again to go back to Omaha again. That's just so much money to get out there, bud. That's the problem. It's so expensive.
Yeah.
So.
When you were there in 21, what did the hotel situation look like too? Or the prices just through the roof?
Well, yeah. So literally, I stayed at a hotel probably 30 minutes outside of downtown Omaha. So I had to take an Uber in to downtown every day. So yeah, no. So yeah. Hotels were no bueno either. But like the games the tickets for the games themselves are not that bad. It's just the hotel and the flights. That's really the thing.
Yeah.
Atta baby, hey Mac, let's go. Go to. But yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, like it, and that's why I have a coworker who lives in Omaha, and like he said, yeah, like every year I go to there we go, AMAC throwing up the Wolves. Every year I take my kid and we go to some games because you can get an outfield ticket for probably $60.
Oh yeah, that's not
Yeah, no, it's not that bad at all. More of also too because it's hot as all get out too, and during this time of the year in Omaha, so.
sure.
Yeah, there's people falling down for a heat stroke left and right. I remember in 2021, and especially too. So because tell me too, Trevor, I feel like wearing those black jerseys, man. Like to me, it looks like they got to be sizzling, but is it actually cooler?
I mean,
wearing that black jersey than it actually is, or that it looks.
I like how the blacks look. They weren't the most comfortable, at least in my opinion.
Okay.
But I'm sure that was probably Sam's call. So,
Yeah.
You want your pitcher to be comfortable as a player, whatever. You'll wear whatever. I'm certainly partial to the vest. I really like the vest. I feel like that's a classic NC State look. I felt a little cooler. But obviously Adidas hooks us up with some pretty sweet jerseys and a dry fit, whatever. But it can't get hot quick, especially in the humidity. I'm not sure how hot it is right now in Athens, but I can imagine it's not cold. That's for sure.
No. So you'll be thrilled to know, Trevor, that Evansville held on 10-8, heading to game 3.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Good for them.
Yeah. No. Well, I was asking too, Trevor. I mean, I don't know if Justin ever confirmed it, but I feel like if Evansville could pull this off, they got to be one of the first, if not the first, 4 seed to ever go to Omaha.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about that because Davidson in 2017 they made it to a super against the Aggies. I think Fresno State might have been a 4 seed back. Gosh, would that have been? I wouldn't know the dates on that, but certainly few and far between with the 4 seed. So and to come out of that too with Wake Forest, ECU, VCU too. I mean, those are 3. I mean, preseason number 1. That's to get through. Extremely impressive. So, hats off to them.
And I want to get your thoughts too on a quote that when we did our super preview with Brett Austin, that he mentioned this when about how when they were in the super regionals in the postseason back in 2013, how Trey Turner used to always tell them that you need to go out there and not be a hero, but be a soldier. And I like that quote a lot, man. And I mean, from a as a baseball player perspective, I mean, how much is hearing that quote, don't be a hero, be a soldier. Like,
I mean, it all comes down to And I think it speaks to what I said earlier about guys knowing their role and accepting the team. When you got guys that aren't selfish and are willing to do, stuff for the betterment of the team, I think that's what being a soldier is. And I think that this is a team, watching this now, nice pass ball here. Heck yeah, add another one. Sorry, I'm ahead of you right now.
You're good. You're good. No worries. That's the, unfortunate part of online watch party, but it is what it is. So, there we go. Add another one. Yeah. So see, really at this point, Trevor, you're just throwing Andrew out there and be like, go get 9 outs.
I think go. Yeah, you extend him as far as he's able to go. Let him work through that good swing.
Throw the crap out of the ball. Yeah, because there's no reason you need to use more than 2 pitchers in this at this point, man. There's no reason.
Again, the tough part here for Georgia is like Schaff, he's a beast. Like like I said, he's gonna attack you with 93, 95, and he's gonna spin some breaking balls that are big league level breaking balls. So if he's around the zone, that's not a guy. I certainly didn't like facing him in inter squad scrimmages. So not an easy out for Georgia by any means.
What you got?
South Carolina.
Oh, jeez.
I'm getting a call from my girlfriend right here, so I might have to hop off. But I appreciate you having me on, and excited that the pack got out to a good start. Hopefully we can finish it off tomorrow. Appreciate you, Trevor. You be good, man. We'll talk soon. Absolutely. See you, bud. Yep. Go Pack. See you. Go Pack, baby. All righty, y'all. We're logged off there with the good man, Trevor Candaleria.